They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but apparently you can teach old medicine new benefits. Honey has been around for millennia, yet researchers keep discovering new reasons why our grandparents were onto something. Recent studies suggest research shows honey's flavonoids like quercetin and apigenin may support a healthy nervous system and mood. Honey's natural prebiotic properties come from specific oligosaccharides that feed beneficial gut bacteria in your digestive system. Imagine reaching for a spoonful of honey instead of another pill. What could that do for your health? Later, you'll hear how honey topped common cough medicines in clinical trials. Who knew that the sticky, sweet substance bees make could be working overtime as a mood supporter, gut healer, and immune system booster? Sometimes the old ways really are the best ways, especially when science proves they work better than what's in your medicine cabinet. The hidden problem your medicine cabinet can't solve. You reach for another cough drop at 2 a.m., but what if the solution was sitting in your kitchen pantry all along? Your throat feels raw and scratchy. Sleep becomes impossible. You stumble to the medicine cabinet, hoping for relief that never quite comes. Here's what happens when coughing disrupts your sleep night after night. Your immune system weakens because it can't repair itself properly during rest. The inflammation in your throat tissues gets worse, not better. You feel tired during the day, which makes you more likely to get sick again. It's a cycle that seems impossible to break, especially as we get older and our bodies take longer to heal. Most over-the-counter cough medicines work by numbing your throat or suppressing your cough reflex temporarily. They don't actually address the inflammation causing the problem in the first place. The active ingredients like dextromethorphan or diphenhydramine might quiet your cough for a few hours, but they leave the underlying irritation untouched. That's why you find yourself reaching for another dose before morning. You might be surprised by what researchers discovered when they compared honey to diphenhydramine in clinical trials. One review found honey outperformed diphenhydramine in children with nighttime coughs. The results challenged everything doctors thought they knew about cough treatment. Honey works differently than synthetic cough suppressants because of its unique physical properties. The thick, viscous texture literally coats your irritated throat tissues, creating a protective barrier that lasts longer than liquid medicines. Honey contains natural antimicrobial compounds that fight bacteria and reduce infection at the source of inflammation. These aren't artificial chemicals designed in a lab. They're enzymes and compounds that bees create naturally. Enzymes like glucose oxidase generate small amounts of hydrogen peroxide, giving honey mild antiseptic properties. Unlike synthetic suppressants that just block nerve signals, honey actually promotes healing of the underlying tissue damage. Here's the truth about what those clinical trials revealed. Honey didn't just match the performance of common cough medicines. It outperformed them significantly. Parents reported that children who received honey experienced fewer coughing episodes during the night. The duration of each coughing fit was shorter. Most importantly, both children and adults fell asleep faster and stayed asleep longer when they used honey instead of traditional cough medicine. And remember, honey should never be given to children under 1 year due to botulism risk. Cough relief is only the beginning of honey's therapeutic potential. Modern medicine has found even more surprising applications for this ancient remedy. Why hospitals keep jars of honey in their burn units? Walk into certain hospital burn units and you'll find something that would puzzle doctors from 50 years ago. Medical-grade honey. Jars of this golden substance sit alongside sophisticated medical equipment and sterile bandages. Modern medicine has come full circle, embracing what ancient healers knew all along. Doctors face a growing challenge when treating infected wounds and burns. Traditional antibiotic treatments don't always work anymore. Patients arrive with burns that refuse to heal properly. Post-surgical wounds develop infections that resist standard medications. Antibiotic-resistant bacteria no longer respond to standard treatments that used to work reliably. Here's what's forcing modern medicine to look backward for solutions. Antibiotic-resistant bacteria have become a serious problem in hospitals worldwide. These resistant strains make wound healing incredibly difficult. MRSA infections, flesh-eating bacteria, and other superbugs create conditions where doctors needed something different. Something that bacteria couldn't outsmart. Honey's dual sugar composition creates a hostile environment for harmful bacteria while promoting healing simultaneously. The high concentration of fructose and glucose literally dehydrates bacterial cells by drawing water out of them. Bacteria can't survive this osmotic pressure. Meanwhile, honey's natural pH level creates conditions that encourage healthy tissue growth. You might be surprised by the specific research on Manuka honey's effectiveness in medical settings. Hospitals now use medical-grade Manuka honey because it's sterilized and standardized for clinical applications. Manuka honey's methyl glyoxal content has been shown to inhibit bacteria in partial thickness burns and surgical wounds. This compound gives it superior antibacterial properties compared to regular honey varieties. Honey activates your white blood cells and stimulates tissue repair at the cellular level through multiple pathways. It triggers the release of growth factors that accelerate new tissue formation. The natural enzymes in honey reduce inflammation while promoting blood vessel growth in damaged areas. This dual action explains why wounds treated with honey heal faster than those treated with conventional methods. Here's the truth about what a comprehensive review of 26 studies revealed. Researchers found honey most effective at healing partial thickness burns and wounds that became infected after surgery. One review found up to a 43% success rate treating partial thickness burns with honey. Diabetic foot ulcers showed healing rates up to 97% when treated with honey. This represents more than just a treatment option. It's proof that ancient remedies, when validated by rigorous science, can outperform newer technologies. But not all honey provides the same therapeutic benefits. The darker the honey, the stronger your defense. 2 jars of honey sit side by side, one golden, one dark amber. Only one contains the concentrated compounds that can meaningfully support your immune defenses. Most people reach for the lighter honey because it looks cleaner and more appealing. The golden color suggests purity and quality. But appearances can be deceiving when it comes to health benefits. Your body's defense systems naturally weaken as you get older. The immune cells that once fought off infections with ease now need extra support. This is where honey variety makes a real difference in your daily health routine. That golden honey might look more refined, but darker varieties are richer in antioxidants and flavonoids that support immune defenses. Darker honey varieties contain significantly higher concentrations of these protective compounds than their lighter counterparts. Buckwheat honey, for example, has been shown in one study to increase the blood oxygenation index, an antioxidant linked to reduced risk factors for heart attack, stroke, and certain types of cancer. These phenolic acids and flavonoids protect your body from oxidative stress, which contributes to chronic diseases like heart disease and type 2 diabetes. You might be surprised by the specific flavonoids like quercetin and apigenin found among honey's antioxidants that support nervous system health and reduce anxiety. These compounds don't just exist in trace amounts in dark honey varieties. Quercetin acts as a natural antihistamine, while apigenin binds to brain receptors that promote relaxation. Studies suggest honey's antioxidants may help maintain the function of T cells, B cells, and natural killer cells in your immune system. Your body produces these infection-fighting cells naturally, but they need support as you age. The antioxidants in dark honey provide compounds your immune system uses to maintain these critical defense cells. Raw honey acts as a prebiotic, feeding beneficial gut bacteria and creating a stronger internal defense network. Research indicates honey's prebiotic effects can support beneficial gut bacteria, which may influence mood through known gut-brain communication pathways. The beneficial bacteria that honey feeds produce compounds that affect your mood and stress levels. Dark honey varieties provide more immune-supporting antioxidants while simultaneously supporting gut health and mental well-being. But knowing which honey to choose is only part of the equation. The smart way to add honey without the health risks. The difference between honey as medicine and honey as harm comes down to 3 critical factors most people ignore. You can turn honey into your health ally or accidentally sabotage your blood sugar goals. The choice depends on understanding what type you buy, how much you use, and when you consume it. Here's the real concern that keeps many adults over 45 away from honey completely. 1 tablespoon contains about 64 calories and 17 grams of carbs. If you're managing your weight or worried about diabetes, these numbers matter. But dismissing honey entirely means missing out on benefits that regular sugar can't provide. The practical framework starts with 3 key decisions. Choose raw honey over processed versions whenever possible. Raw honey retains the beneficial nutrients and antibacterial properties that pasteurization destroys. Set daily limits that work with your health goals, not against them. Time your honey intake strategically to maximize benefits while minimizing blood sugar spikes. You might be surprised by how honey's moderate glycemic index causes a more gradual blood sugar rise compared to regular table sugar. This happens because honey contains more fructose than glucose. Your body metabolizes fructose differently, creating less dramatic blood sugar swings than what you experience with regular sugar. Here's the truth about research showing moderate honey intake may actually improve blood sugar management. Some studies report honey can raise adiponectin, which helps regulate blood sugar by improving insulin sensitivity in type 2 diabetics. This means small amounts of honey might help your body manage glucose more effectively over time. Specific daily limits matter for adults concerned about weight and diabetes. Keep honey consumption to 1 or 2 tablespoons maximum per day. Use it strategically by sweetening plain Greek yogurt instead of buying flavored versions loaded with artificial sweeteners. Replace 1 cup sugar with 3/4 cup honey in recipes. Take a teaspoon before bed as a natural cough remedy instead of reaching for over-the-counter medications. Remember, never give honey to infants under 1 year. Both raw and pasteurized honey can contain Clostridium botulinum spores that cause infant botulism. When used correctly, honey provides significant health benefits while being safer for blood sugar than regular sugar. One trial found daily honey reduced LDL by 6% and raised HDL by 3% compared to sugar. This positions honey as a strategic health tool rather than just another sweetener. The evidence reveals something remarkable about this ancient remedy. Honey represents a perfect example of how traditional remedies, when validated by modern science, can outperform newer alternatives. Studies prove what our ancestors knew instinctively. This sticky substance fights coughs better than pharmacy medicines. Here's what you can do about it. Choose raw, dark honey varieties that contain the highest concentrations of beneficial compounds. Start with 1 teaspoon daily. Replace regular sugar in your recipes. Use it strategically for maximum health benefits. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making significant dietary changes. If you've seen honey work for you, share your experience in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more research-backed health tips. Ancient wisdom and modern science agree. Sometimes the best medicine has been in your pantry all along.